Good morning. Happy Labor Day weekend. Whew, my gut is killing me, man. Really want to go out on the boat, though. Hey, Charlie Girl says, Carla, Artria. Any big plans for today? Or this weekend? Hold on, I'm going to refresh. Hey, Christy A. Hey, whatever. Who's watching? Sarah. Going to the store. We'll be listening from my car. Okay. That wasn't exactly the kind of plans I was talking about, but hey. Hey, critters. Charlie Girl says. Did I already say that? I know it's early. Here's the thing, guys. I got word this morning that Natasha Cooper went after me and my son again last night. Hey, Bailey Vex. But what Natasha needs to understand is once you rip that Band-Aid off in the first place, you can't hurt me anymore. You did it. You can go over his case 149 times. You can go. It was horrible. See, I didn't even watch it. I watched it up until the point she brought my name up. And then that's when I posted my video of her scratch and sniff. And I turned on true crime. But I would think the woman would be smart enough to know uh, that once you rip that Band-Aid off, you can't, you know, what are you going to do? No, I didn't watch it, critters. I just got word this morning from people that were concerned about me, and I didn't even know about it, like I said, until this morning. I knew she was going to go live, and I knew she was going to talk about me. I didn't know she was going to do that again, but it's all right. Like I said, the bitch has ripped the Band-Aid off. There's nothing more she can do to me. I've made it very clear. I have nothing left to lose. And see, here's what really gets to me is they know I'm not the kind to go off of YouTube. But I guess that time has come. And all these people supporting her, your time has come too. And I don't mean her regular supporters. I mean the haters that go over there for no other reason, not because they like her, not because they've ever really followed her, but because they hate me. Well, we're going to see about that, Angela. We're going to see about that. Because it seems the only way to hurt Natasha Cooper is to dig into her pockets. So as long as she's on the up and up with everything, then she doesn't have anything to worry about. As long as her PayPal is legit, because, she lost the one PayPal the one time, she's cool. As long as she's straight with the IRS, she's cool. She shouldn't have anything to worry about. Nothing at all. Hey, Nunya Biz. Guys, Nunya woke up and is feeling okay today. And she went through a big surgery yesterday. So I was glad to hear her voice and know that she's not laying in bed moaning and groaning. So, like I said, the Band-Aid has been ripped off, Natasha. And I know you'll hear this. And the people that are running to you and supporting you because of what you're doing to my son, they should know. I'm sure they've told you. Man, go at her. She's not the type to go off of YouTube. Okay, well, that all changes now. Yes. Thank God for your pain medicine. Yes. That all changes now. And I don't want to do it. I struggle with myself. I've been struggling with myself for 2 weeks about doing it. And it probably won't get done this weekend because it is Labor Day weekend. And I do have plans. But it's going to get done. All I've ever heard is keep it on YouTube, keep it on YouTube, keep it on YouTube. And now I got a whole crowd of people cheering Natasha on for what she's done. And like I said, I don't mean her regular supporters. They're used to her behaving this way. They're used to her doxing the shit out of people. I'm talking about people that get really upset if you even mention one of their family members' names. Hey Bailey. Hey Puss in Boots. Hey M's. So, like hey Daria, I'm over it. I'm not mad. I'm not, you know, like I said, I was a raging lunatic when she first did it. But when I heard this morning she did it again, I was like, what else could she do? What else can she do? She can't find anything that I've ever done on YouTube that's even remotely close to what she's done. I have 20 something emails right now sitting in my emails of people who she's done this exact same thing to. Me neither, Daria, until this morning. And I'm not blaming the person that told me because I was going to get told eventually. But as soon as she went, because I saw in the makeup live of hers where somebody said, "Are you going live again tonight?" I knew what it was going to be. But can I just say, Starlight, you have shit in your nest. Now you can run around and try to figure out what that means, okay? The problem I have is that she said you went after her family. It's not true. Everybody knows it's not true. Trust me, Blossom. I know all about her family. If I wanted to go at them, I would have. And I might still. Don't know. But again, people know that I don't have the heart to go after a deceased 7-year-old. People know that I don't have the heart to go after taking in your family as your own and then throwing one of them away. Trust me. I got people lined up in my emails to tell me all her dirty deeds. I haven't even, I've acknowledged one of them. And Starlight, you're right in the thick of this, baby. You're right in the thick of it. Natasha admitted it. So, right, Daria, that's true. I've not talked about anything And this lie that I've been going at her for a year. We had words on a panel a year ago when Manderlin and all of them still liked her. That's not going at somebody for a year. And Starlight going over there and purposely lying on her panel and bringing Brian's situation into it. Now she done reached out and touched somebody else's feelings. And whatever Brian decides to do, I'm there for it. Because I give no fucks anymore about what happens to Hello Starlight. I give no fucks, thank you, Blossom, about what happens to Natasha Cooper. I give no fucks about what happens to Hartley. Zero fucks. Because they had me so close the other night to harming myself. If it wasn't for a little discord of girls talking me down. Hey, Madagascar. No, it's probably cicadas. They're not really that busy this morning. Maggie's probably eating them all. Poor cicadas. She done probably wiped out the whole population of cicadas. Could be crickets. I think there's one. I think there's one in the house. Because I laid in bed the other night and I could hear a cricket very well. So he was either right out my bedroom window or he's somewhere in the house. But it's a cricket. Let him live his life. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. AK Beef, AMs. Like I said, they had me in a really bad place the other night. But I'm not in that bad place anymore. So they don't care what happens to me or my son. So I don't care what happens to them. Hey, Sherry. It's that fucking simple. That's what it's come down to. Matching energies, remember? People like Hartley who think she can stay hidden. Bitch, there's somebody that knows who you are. And I know that somebody. It's just a matter of time, Hartley. The only thing is you're across the pond. Well, I've been guilty of that too, Daria. You know, I've been guilty of coming on here and talking about my son and his addiction and shit. So, but that's back when we didn't have the likes of Natasha Cooper and shit around where people wouldn't go into your real life. But all that's changed. And Randy sitting in that chat over there, Miss Stewart, you can be found too. Every single one of them. Lexi, you think I don't know who you're married to? I mean, he's practically famous. This is shit I've known for fucking years and never had any desire to say or put out. But with these motherfuckers rooting this bitch on, I don't care anymore. I've talked to my son. He's good. He thinks it's stupid. He told me to let her make her hustle. That's what he told me about Natasha Cooper. Mom, let her make her hustle. Well, she can make her hustle. She just better have all of her ducks in a row financially. She better have all, like I said, she better be square with the IRS. She better be square with PayPal. They better know she's using a whole different PayPal. Because I don't know about you all, but when it comes to my PayPal, I had to attach a bank account to it. But, she could have very well went out and just got another PayPal. Yeah, Daria, I was in that spot. Because it wasn't what was going on YouTube. I had some shit going on in real life. Everybody does. I'm not a victim. The only victim in this whole thing is my son. And to be quite honest with you, he doesn't deserve it because he's not on here and he doesn't fuck with anybody. I am a fantastic mom, Daria. You're right. I don't get me wrong. I have questioned my parenting, but I think every parent out there has questioned their parenting at some point. But, this started going downhill a while back and it only got worse when Randy and Wendy drugged Natasha into this community. And I will hold them personally responsible. They're the ones promoting her channel. And I don't even care what their relationship is. I don't care. You got fucking Starlight bringing the lights of Formaxer in here. And then she tries to get him to come up on her panel to go at me the other day. Do you think I'm afraid of Hormaxer, Starlight? He don't want nothing to do with me. I'm just a fat old lady with a hernia. Stop it. You sound stupid. Thank you, Puss in Boots. But they don't care where they push people. I've always tried to not go after people in a sense where I thought I would push them over the edge. But these people don't care anymore. That's obvious. But the only edge you're pushing me over is my moral edge. You're pushing me over the fact that I've never taken anything off of YouTube. Didn't Randy and Wendy disagree with Manderlin when she supported Natasha Cooper? Sadie, I don't know. I remember I don't even remember it. Somebody showed a clip of me being on a panel with Mander and Natasha, and I don't know, there's 5, 6 people up there. And Natasha said something, and I fucking ripped into her and let her know how I felt about her. But that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me that Randy and Wendy had a problem with Mander because she supported Natasha Cooper. Because Randy goes where the wind fucking blows. Randy goes where the donos blow. I think Randy might have went to the river this weekend. Good for her. But like I said, and I've said it so many times, guys, I've got nothing more to lose. I don't live off my YouTube channel. I don't live off my daddy. I don't live off my brother. You can't fuck with me. Oh, you could dig further in. Go on, Sam. Go. But morning zero. I just wanted everybody to know that I'm okay after Natasha did what she did again last night. Yeah, she's never covered a true crime case that she didn't totally either desecrate the whole entire case. But you notice something about her every time she covers a true crime case, she ends up going for the victims' families. She's gone after Shanann's mom. She's gone after Gannon's mom and dad. Yeah, she did it again, Zero. And like I said, I didn't see it. I just woke up to people wanting to know if I was okay. And I am. I'm okay. You can only rip a band-aid off once. Repan a Peter. That's me, right? Repeater Pan, that's right. But see, there's people on here that think they can play games with other people's lives. Yeah, she is a real tragedy pimp. And it really bothers me that the ones on this platform that go after so-called tragedy pimps have laid off her. Most of them have all you've ever done is question them, make them maybe think of a different way. Has always been nice, nah. But I wish they wouldn't say all questions are welcome. Well, we know not all questions. I mean, Natasha will flat out tell you to your face. You come into her chat and say something she don't like, you're blocked. Randy and Wendy claim to have an open chat, but we know that ain't true. Well, Blossom, I wouldn't say she is a joke because she's dug into my real life and she has exploited victims. So I wouldn't really, I mean, I think she's above and beyond Bullhorn Betty, Jonathan, uh, any of them that they consider uh, tragedy pimps. But for some reason, the ones that say they go after the tragedy pimps, they fucking lay off of her. And I don't understand why. Maybe because they don't want their family skeletons drug out. Maybe. Gunny's watching. I've watched her play her game. She leaves Randy's. She goes over. She sits on her panel. She sniffles a little bit, which I'm not crying, you all, by the way. I'm sniffling because it's chilly outside. She sniffles a little bit. Um, she gets her donos thrown her way because, poor Natasha's Fifi's got hurt. Fuck what she does to other people. I've watched all of that shit. So, and again, like I said, I don't think mine's ragweed. I think it's just because it's chilly outside. Right, Bailey. Right. And if it was just me and Natasha in this battle, no problem. But it's no longer just me and Natasha. Well, I'm glad you got some rain, Madagascar. I don't want any rain this weekend, but we're getting ready to go back into a heat wave too, Puss in Boots. But I'm no longer just fighting Natasha. I've got Hartley coming at me. I got Hello Starlight coming at me. I got Randy and Wendy on her side, approving of everything that she fucking does. Now they can sit up there and say, we don't approve of that. But as soon as they say that, then Natasha gets all wimpy and starts crying, and they have to run over and explain away why they said that. I mean, if one thing has really shown me the real true Randy and Wendy, this has. I've always kind of known it, but if this has shown me who the real Randy and Wendy are. So when somebody else's real life gets reached into, don't come crying to me. Don't tell me how bad I am. Right, Daria. I've always fought my own battles. I don't expect anybody to put themselves in the line of fire. I don't expect anybody to put themselves in the path of Natasha Cooper. But I don't know how to make it any clearer to Natasha that she can't hurt me anymore. Unless she wants to pick the scab off the wound, like she scratches her puss and sniffs her fingers, she can't hurt me anymore. I've only fought with shit that's on YouTube. That's it. I have not taken it off of YouTube. And still probably won't this weekend because hopefully I'll be busy with family. But see, if I just sit back and let this go, then anybody, any one of you all could become a target. Any one of you all can become a target if you don't agree with something that Natasha Cooper says or does, or if you don't agree with something that Hello Starlight says or does. I'm sorry, Star Maxer. So if I just sit back and just say fuck it, I'm done, just throw my hands up and surrender. She sniffles between reading her manipulation text. Are you talking about me, KB? Because I explained why I'm sniffling. And it has to do with the fact that it's 60 something beautiful degrees outside. It just seems to me that everybody that's ever gone up against Natasha, and there's still a few out there that are still going at her, they've all given up, you know. Well, maybe it's time that I rally with them. I haven't. Randy tried to put out the. Oh, okay, yeah. Randy tried to put out the narrative the other day that I've teamed up with BBT. I've never spoken to BBT. I've never emailed BBT. Not yet, Madagascar. Actually, the humidity here right now is beautiful. I would say it's 0 right this minute. I've never spoken to BBT on or off of YouTube. So I don't know what was the point in trying to throw that out. I guess everybody could take Randy's community post where a person's holding a shovel and she talks about BBT. Are you saying you're going to kill her and bury her, Randy? Of course not. That's all right, KB. You know what? It's so funny that when the 375 was raised for me to pay my part on the cabin, that Natasha went over there and said, I can't believe that bitch. She got 375 for a vacation, and I can't even get my $500 fund filled. Well, I don't know how many times you want it filled, Natasha. It gets filled once a week. But you know what I didn't do to get that money? I didn't desecrate a little boy. She is ban evading. She is ban evading, Zero. But that's something else she's going to have to deal with. See, I'm already on to Natasha. You see, she has a backup channel already ready to go for when this one goes down. I don't know. I need to call Real. I talked to him a few weeks ago. He called me and told me about an interview he was going to do, and I was like, "Man, let me know the date so I can promote it." And he had a call coming in. I know he's busy. He has a life outside of his interviews, but he does fantastic interviews with the actual uh, perpetrators. Natasha got 8,500 for a vacation. Woo! Where did she go? Italy? I don't even care where she went. I really don't even care where she went. I don't care that she got 8,500 for a vacation. I really don't. It's just funny that after I raised that for a vacation, and then you got Randy over there basically calling me an e-beggar because I raised Florida. She lives in Florida. So she got 8,500 for a staycation. Good for her. And I've said all along, I don't care about the money that Natasha gets from her supporters that just want to give her money because for some reason they find some kind of, I don't know, some kind of goodness in her. I don't know where they have to dig deep to find that. But it's the money. Oh, Randy went on and on and on about me raising money for my trip. But I don't have a sin in my life to pay for my shit, Randy. I don't have a sin. I don't have a gentleman Jack. I don't have a Kiki. You all want to say Tawanda throws me all of this money. Believe it or not, Tawanda bought a brand new, I don't think it's a fifth wheel, but either way, it's fucking nice. It's nicer than most people's homes on here. And she has kids in her life. She's a grandmother. Natasha does not throw me money, or Natasha, good Lord. Tawanda does not throw me money like that. But you all keep believing that. I don't give a fuck. I don't think she used the word e-beggar, but she had a real hard on for the fact that I raised money for a vacation. And then Natasha went over there and basically cried about it. Said she couldn't believe that that bitch, that would be me, could raise money for a vacation and she couldn't even well, no, Gentleman Jack's still over there supporting her, Blossom. I know she got caught talking about her, but hey, you know what I say about Gentleman Jack? I was very nice to Gentleman Jack. Very nice. But she's sitting in those chats, she's promoting this shit. She even said in the Patreon where Natasha showed that baby's pictures. So I don't care about Gentleman Jack. I don't care about her money. I don't care if she ever gets paid back. I mean, basically, Gentleman Jack is just as, and this token woman that threatened me, and right as she was threatening me, she had a cam slip, and I swear to God, she looked like something off Fried Green Tomatoes. What are you going to do, token? Because you look to be at least my age, if not older. What are you going to do, token? Do you want my address? Do you want to have an old lady fight? Is that what you're going to do? Want to roll around on the pavement and pull each other's hair and punch each other in the mouth? Because that's all you got. You can't hurt me any more than your master has. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who this token lady is from Adam. She literally, yeah, an old lady fight. That's what it would be. She literally got up on a panel and threatened me. And I couldn't help it, but I had to laugh. Because when her camera came on and she was wearing a bonnet, not really a bonnet, like a straw. I don't know what it was. Daria, enjoy your weekend, chick. But everybody that's messaged me, and I appreciate it, uh, I'm okay. I'm truly okay. It does nothing but fuel a fire that will not be extinguished until several people who are promoting this bullshit go down too. I might go down. Who knows? But I'm willing to take that chance. I'm just wondering if everybody else is. Everybody else that's cheering her on, giving her information, if they're ready to go down. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they don't care. Wonder if old Hartley across the pond is ready to be exposed. You know, because everybody has a right to their anonymity, right? So does my son. So does my son. And I'd really love to hear an honest opinion from people who are. Hartley always gets involved when it comes to me, Zero. She's like my fan. She's my number one fan. She clips me every time I open my mouth. She's a fan. She's a fangirl. I don't know if she used the word e-beggar, But she went on and on about me getting my vacation, raising $375 to get my vacation, my part of the cabin paid for. And I thought that was funny. When you have Randy over there every single day, every time she goes live, she damn near every time she goes live, she starts crying. I'm ready to have a nervous breakdown. My heart is hurting. It's just like her saying, all I wanted was a resolution. Randy, why do you care? What would make you think that I would want to get on a panel with somebody who has done what she's done to my son? And Natclo, please stop with your threats. Calling me a honky, throwing a racial slur at me. Really, Natclo? Why don't you help Mr. Clow go build his little tiny houses? When I say little tiny, I mean they would fit in a shoebox. I don't want resolution with Natasha. Resolution would have come prior to what she did to my son. And Natasha doesn't want resolution with me. Yeah, yes, he called me a honky, Angela Critters, believe it or not. He's so stupid. He's so fundamentally broken. Just go look at his community post. He'll tell you. Um, Natasha Cooper took the link, but she flat out said she wasn't sorry for what she did. So, what kind of resolution, Randy, was you looking for? Number one, it's none of your business. I don't know how the woman sleeps at night either, Madagascar, but I don't think she has a soul. I really don't believe Natasha Cooper has a soul. Bailey. Yeah, the old flea market. Come on, Natclo, quit. Hey, Tess. Sadly, I saw inside some of her subs' houses during a sale she had. Most lived in very poor conditions, yet support her ass. Well, I can't, there's nothing I can do about that. You know, I mean, if people who live in such conditions want to give their money to Natasha, that's their business. And if they continue to see that they're being scammed and they continue to, if Randy goes against Natasha, she'll be Natasha's next target. Keep your enemies closer, right? Well, you know what, Melissa? If Randy's willing to flush her morals down that toilet she's e-begging for her camper, then whatever, that's on Randy. But I guarantee you, if somebody walked up to her grandbabies, her beautiful grandbabies, and used that word that Natasha has taught her niece, Randy would have a total fucking come apart. If somebody dug into one of her adult children's lives who may or may not have a criminal record, Randy'd have a total fucking come apart. But because it's me, it's all good. Right. To support someone, it shouldn't have to be monetary. Right. Just hit the thumbs up, man. You know? Again, I just wanted to let people know that I'm fine. Okay. I appreciate those who were worried, but Natasha has cut me as deep as she can cut me. I'm all bled out, but I still have just enough strength to cut back. And now it's time to start go digging in people's real lives like they've done mine. And when I say they, I mean the people of the DC, which I say in quotes, who have not stood up against this shit, who have rooted her on. I'm poor too, Zero, trust me. I do what I can to help people, but I don't have to come on here and talk about it. Happy Labor Day weekend to you, Steph. So, again, I'm okay. I'm fine. I know what Natasha did again. Uh, the old poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear. Oh, there's going to be outrage, Zero, because I've never done it before. I've never gone into someone's real life on YouTube. Now, Hello Starlight tried to spin a narrative over there on Natasha's, but Brian straightened that out. And all she did was muster up some trolls to come at Brian again. So, whatever happens between her and Brian is between her and Brian. I don't care what Brian does to her. And I don't want to hear she's a single mother. So am I. What was really funny is now here's Marianne, Star Maxer, Star Whore, whatever her name is. She didn't like my community post at all. Here's a woman who has never, ever held a job. Now, she says she worked in daycare at one point, but no real proof of that. But says that working in a casino is not a career. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it required going to school while I worked and went to school. And it required receiving certificates of completion where I actually had to pass auditions. If you fear for your life due to this platform, shut it down and log off. I don't fear for my life, Jess. I've said it many a times. I got nothing left to lose. I'm an old woman. I'm an old, broken down woman. I'm 60. No, I'm not 60. I'm 50. I'm 58 or 59. I don't remember. But I'm 50. I'm 58. And I only know that because I have brothers who have birthdays. One of them has the exact same day as me, but a year older. We were born on the exact same day, 1 year apart. So that's how I do my calculating. See, I'm getting so old, I can't even remember how old I am. I am 58. I'm going to go with 58. I know that for a fact, Tess. It just takes me a minute to remember. 58, 59, and 60. They go boom, boom, boom in my family. People shouldn't have to worry that kids are going to be YouTube fighters simply because some asshole can't take words. Well, hey, Johnny Cuddy. Well, I usually figure it out, Tess, but I hate tough questions like that. I mean, that's a tough one. I'm 58 years old. I'm 10 years older than I think Randy. And I have no idea how old Natasha is. Why do I have no idea how old Natasha is? Because I haven't looked her up. You're going to go backwards from it. Right. I hate doing math too, which is really weird because the non career that uh, Starlight Starmaxer accused me of not having was all math. I mean, if somebody places a $13 bet on a craps table, there's a bet where you have to uh, take the bet times it by 7 and then minus half the bet. And no, I'm not going to sit here and do it because it's been a lot of years. It's been what, since 2018 since I've been on a craps table. I don't know, Melissa. I don't know. I don't know how Natasha's health is. I know she took up a fund for brain scans that she never had, but yet she wants to make fun of grannies watching for a cancer scam. I don't know. Yeah, craps tables are fun. That was my favorite game to deal. It's hard because you got to move. I mean, you can't have your hands out there paying bets when the dice have already rolled for the next roll. And the casino wants those dice rolling because that's how they make their money. You've never been to a casino? Ah, zero. Well, if gambling ain't your thing, a casino really isn't your thing. Now, I would say, even if you don't like to gamble, Las Vegas would be a place to visit because there's so much more to do than just gambling. But I love to gamble. I just can't afford it. And I'm not going to come on here and ask you all to pay for it. I live 7 miles from a casino. But I'm not going to come on here and ask my supporters to pay for me a trip to the casino. Right. If you don't like to spend money, a casino is not for you. Because let me tell you something, those places were not built on winners. Okay. And then when you get into the big money, then they start tracking you when you're a high limit player and all of that. You know, you get tax papers in the mail, the whole deal. So unless you want to jack with taxes, I didn't know she had high blood pressure. I don't care that she has high blood pressure. After what she's done to my son, she can sit right there in the recliner and her head can blow off for all I care. Her blood pressure can start squirting out her ears. I don't give a fuck. And if that sounds cold, then it is what it is. Yeah, I don't like slot machines. I like to be in control of my own money, and slot machines are set on an average. like this machine may be set to hit at 52%. So once 52% has been fed into it, and the only one that knows those slot machines are either the gaming commission. The slot people don't even know. I mean, it's not like you could get in good with a slot guy who takes the money out or whatever, who cleans them out, does the drop, is what it's called. Yep, you do get a lot of free stuff. Because if you've won, they want their money back. They don't chase away winners. But I don't like slot machines. I like the tables. I like to be in charge of my own money. I know how to bet on a blackjack table. I know how to raise my bet, lower my bet. I know when the shoe is strong. I know when the shoe is weak. Hello, Cassandra. So I'm not a big slot player. I love betting on the horses, Zero. I live 10 minutes from Churchill Downs, but I don't care for the greyhounds. I worked at a greyhound track in West Virginia. Well, I helped open the casino, but before we opened the casino, it was nothing more than a slot house and a greyhound track. But the dogs do not they don't do anything for me. But give me a thoroughbred race any day of the week. Well, Madagascar, if I knew that, I'd have got you some dollar chips from all the casinos I've worked at, which hasn't been that many. I've opened 3 and worked at 4 of them. So 3 out of the 4 casinos that I worked at over the 20 something years, I opened. When I say I opened, we opened. Me and a bunch of people. But people don't understand the credentials you have to get. See, you can't have any felonies. You have to go in front of the gaming commission if you do have a felony and explain it and show them the end result. And so that's why I get a kick out of this 6 DUI shit. When I worked in Florida, I had to have a port badge, which got me into the port. I had to get a merchant mariner's license. All of this has been proven. I proved it to Brian. I laid all my credentials out on the table and took a screenshot and showed it to Brian. So I had to get a merchant mariner's license. I had to get a TWIC card that you have to apply for. And all of that is, I mean, you're looked into. You know what? You could never get a gaming license on your record? Fraud or theft. There would never be any way you could ever convince a gaming commission to give you a gaming license. Oh, I had a Greyhound racing card as well, even though I wasn't involved with the Greyhounds at all. I had no dealings with them, but I had to have one to be on the grounds. Always under surveillance. The people that get caught stealing from there. And the funny thing is people think that surveillance is there to catch the guest. No, they're not there to watch the guest. They do watch the guest. They watch for post passing on your bet, all that stuff. But they're really there to watch us to make sure we don't do anything creepy. Well, not we. I'm out of the business. I'm retired. But you are always under surveillance unless you are in the break room. And some break rooms are under surveillance or in the bathroom. Jockeys don't make much money, Zero. unless you're good enough to get into these high purse races, like the derbies and the grade, the stake one races and shit like that. Jockeys don't make a lot of money. Not for the dangers that they take being on $2,000 or 2,000 pound machines that could do anything they wanted at any time. Oh yeah, if you pick your nose or a wedgie or anything, they'll know. And they'll all be sitting up there in a, because surveillance gets bored too. They're humans. And let me tell you something. If you're up there picking your butt or something down on the floor, trust me, there's a group of men and women up there saying, check out the dealer on Blackjack 213. She's picking her butt. That's why you'll see dealers clap their hands when they come on the game and clap their hands when they go off the game. It's to show the cameras that they have nothing in their hand and nothing up their sleeves. Hey, Clary. Well, Zero, you get used to it. You just know that you're always on camera. I'll never forget, it was the first year of the death of my mom. It was that day, and I had to go to work. And I woke up, and of course, I'm not in a good mood. It was the first year without her. A whole year had gone by without her. So, and I hate that day to this day. I hate March 2nd. I fucking hate it. But there's a couple days in March that rock my world. But and I'll never forget, I got up and I made up my mind, all right, Tracy, you got to entertain these people. That's what you do. Because if you're a stick in the mud or you're a bitch, nobody's going to want to sit at your table and they're damn sure not going to want to tip you. And that's basically how you live. Yeah, you get a minimal base pay of $6 or $8 an hour, but it's your tips that make it. So, when you hit that clock, all your problems on the outside world are gone. Hey, Captain Obvious. But this particular day, I was on 3 card poker. It's a carnival game. I call it a carnival game. It's like Let It Ride, 3 card poker, Caribbean Stud. Uh, there's several. But I was on 3 card poker, and I'm there by myself. Okay. Yes, rumor has it I am a bitch. But see, I can turn that off and I can turn that on like testicle, like you've never seen it before in your life. But especially when I'm making fucking money. See, I hate Caribbean Stud. The odds are so against you. Kim with a little eye. But whatever. Keep playing your game. I hope you hit the jackpot someday. But I'm on 3 card poker. And I'm standing there. It's an open game, but it's a dead game. I have no players. And this guy comes up and he sits down. And 3 card poker is not normally a game that you want to play heads up with the dealer. But I'm not going to tell him that. Hell, it's not my job to tell him, hey, you might want to think about playing this heads up. But whatever. He seemed to know what he was doing. And I swear, I beat that man every freaking hand. And it's a $10 table. So at the minimum, your bet was $30. No, your bet would be $40 because you have to double one of your bets, I believe. Either way, that's per hand. And you're only getting 3 cards, and I'm only getting 3 cards. But if he had an ace, I had a pair. If he had a king, I had an ace. It didn't matter. That poor man could not hit a lick. And he said to me, I hope your mother. Now, remember what day of the year this is. This is the first day of or the first anniversary date of my mother passing. He said, "I hope you and your mother rot in hell." Well, my professionalism went right out the window, right out the window. And I said, "Fuck you." So he goes to tell on me. Well, while he's telling on me, one of my bosses, one of the floor supervisors, because I was dealing, said, "Hey, deny it, deny it. Say you said Fig Newton." And I was like, "Fig Newton?" He goes, "Trust me, on camera, because they're going to roll the camera, Tracy, to see what you said." He said, "On camera, fuck you and Fig Newton looks just alike." So when I got called over, and I loved my pit boss back then. His name was Bob. I won't give out his last name. I won't dox him. But he called me over and he said, "Hey, did you really say this to this man?" I said, "Nope." I said, "Fig Newton." And he said, and see, I was new. I didn't know it was the oldest trick in the book. And he goes, "Come on." And he called me by my last name because nobody ever called me by my first name in a casino because of my last name. But he said, "Come on, that's the oldest trick in the book." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Everybody knows that Fig Newton and fuck you look the same on a camera." He had been doing this for 35 years, so he had heard this before. I'd only been doing it for, I don't know, maybe 8 months at that point. I don't know. But he said, "Did you really say that?" And I was like, and I loved Bob, and I did. And I didn't want to lie to him. I didn't want to lie to him in the beginning, but I was trying to save my own ass. And I said, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "Why would you do that? You're not like that. That's so out of character of you to come back at a guest like that." And I said, "Well, Bob," like a toddler, "he said this, and today is this day." And I started, tears started streaming. And he goes, "Aw, I would have told him to go get fucked too." So he goes, "Go take a little longer break, get yourself together, fix your makeup, get all that black shit out from underneath your eyes that you've just teared up and had washed down your face." He was so sweet about it. I have a lot of stories, a lot of these stories. It was a great career. The only regret that I have from for from the casino business is it took away so much time from my son. I worked my schedule as best as I could work it, but I mean, there was times that I missed things that I should have been there for him, but I always made sure somebody else was there. If I couldn't make a baseball game, uh, I sent a family member or his dad showed up. Oh, fucked up Bill, oh man Bill, and Shelbyville Bill. I love my Bills. Yeah, at Madagascar, you actually have to sign a waiver when you're hired into the casinos. There's not supposed to be cameras in a casino. Okay, nobody's supposed. And really, back when I started, cell phones were the size of a. I mean, it looked like you needed to put a quarter in them. Uh, but you have to actually sign a waiver that you will not take pictures or uh, approach that celebrity. But remember, the boat was 5 minutes away from Churchill Downs. So every year at Derby time, every celebrity that went to the Derby came to the boat. I'll never forget Toby Keith. He was one of the biggest men that I'd ever seen in my life. And then we had the golfer, Fuzzy Zeller, who had to drag, oh, he was a player, now he's a sportscaster. Starts with the B. I don't know. But I will say that Michael Jordan is absolutely one of the worst tippers. And the sad thing is when he comes in, the whole casino stops. You know, all the dealers stop and gawk at Michael Jordan. Well, we're missing out on money while they're standing there gawking. I know. But who else? Bo Derek, George Jones. Cute story about George Jones. I was coming back to my table, and this little old lady, God love her, they had the table roped off for old George, for old No Show Jones. But he was only on a $10 table. I've never seen a $10 table roped off, okay? So he wasn't playing high limit money. But she was so excited. She's standing outside of the ropes and she wants to talk to him so bad. She wants his autograph. She worshiped this man. And so I had a pretty cool pit boss. And it wasn't my table, so it's not like I could go on the table and say, "Hey George, can I get your autograph?" It didn't belong to me. I wasn't dealing on it. So I went to the pit boss and I was like, "Look, man, you got a lady over here that she's just not going to be able to sleep for the rest of her life if she doesn't get a napkin or something with George Jones's name on it. Can you help her out?" And my pit was like, "Yeah, let me see what I can do." So the pit went over there, talked to George Jones. He gladly gave his autograph, and he even welcomed the lady to come and sit beside him and play on the $10 blackjack table until he figured out she didn't know how to play. Jordan is a cheap ass. And then one time, I don't know if y'all know who Rex Chapman is, okay? But he played for Kentucky, University of Kentucky, and my sister is a University of Kentucky freakola. So was my father. I mean, right down to his shoelaces and his boxers was a UK freak. But my sister literally just traveled to Cincinnati to pick up two gumball machines because they have UK on them. Toby was tall, man. He was big. Can I ask who George Jones is? Oh my God, Bailey, you're killing me. You're going to make me sing? He said I'd love you till I die. Please don't make me sing, Bailey. But I forgot who. Oh, Rex Chapman. So he played for UK, then he signed with the Washington Wizards. Okay, basketball teams, you all. So he was being really, really mean to the dealers. Okay, he'd had two dealers on that table. So I get pulled off my game downstairs and sent to the high limit pit. And my pit boss pulled me over and said, "Hey, because I know you can take it, we're going to let you tap in on this game. This is going to be your table." I was like, "Okay." I knew who he was. It was roped off. He thought he was all this big shit, playing $25 a hand. Whoopie fuck. I've seen people play 5,000 a hand. But he and my sister, like I said, was a freaking U of K nut. Rex Chapman, all of them. So I thought, all right, I'm gonna try to get this motherfuckers, because I'm an IU fan, and we're diehard rivals. Indiana, In Kentucky, die-hard rivals, die-hard. And Louisville is kind of stuck right in the middle of us. But I thought, all right, I'm gonna try to get this motherfucker's autograph for my sister. So I tap into the table. I was like, hey guys, and I start dealing the cards. And I was like, Rex, would you do me a favor and sign that cocktail napkin for my sister? I said, trust me, I don't want it. And he said, what's that supposed to mean? I said, I don't want your autograph. I said, I'm an Indiana fan. Why would I want your autograph? And he had $1 tip out there for me, a white chip, $1 tip. And he said something so rude, I'll never forget it. I already got the autograph by this time. Had it set over to the side of the table behind the limit sign. But he said something so rude to me. Obviously, he had been this way to several dealers because 2 of them had left the game crying. He said something to the extent of, "Here's $1, that's all you're fucking worth." And I flipped that fucking dollar back to him, and I said something to the extent of, "At least Bob Knight puts out pros that don't have to sign with the fucking Wizards. At least Bob Knight puts out people that go to real NBA teams." I mean, ooh, when he threw that dollar at me and said, "Here, that's all you're worth." Fuck you, you little punk bitch. And then Tony Stewart, the race car driver, you gotta love him. I mean, he may come off like a punk, but he's really not. He's funny as fuck. So he's upstairs. I'm flooring at this point. I'm not dealing. I'm the floor supervisor. And he's playing roulette. And you know, these women are all like gathered around him. So it's my responsibility to first ask him if he's uncomfortable and if he wants them to back up. And I even told him, Tony, we can put up a rope around the roulette table if you want. You can reserve it. And he's like, no, I don't want to reserve it. He said, but yeah, I wish they would back up off my shoulders a little bit. So very nicely, I asked the ladies, hey, ladies, could you all like give the man a little room? Well, one of our poker dealers came up there, and that was Tony's game, was poker. And one of the poker dealers came up and said, Tony, your seat's ready downstairs. And I said, how many pots you going to have to be pushed to put Gordon in the wall, Jeff Gordon? And he said, honey, I don't need to be paid to put Gordon in the wall. I mean, he was just a really, really nice guy. So as I'm leaving, they're over at the steakhouse. Tony and his people are over at the steakhouse. And I'm walking through the pavilion to get to the pedway that led to our employee parking lot. And he starts yelling out my name, my last name, because that's all he knew me by. And him and his friends start yelling at my name. Is like, come here, come here, come here. And I went over there and they said, sit down, have a beer with us. Now, I'm not in a dealer's uniform. I'm in a suit. I'm in a jacket and a blouse and slacks and whatever. And it's kind of against the rules to do that. And I was like, man, they won't let me. He goes, the fuck they won't. And sure enough, I got a hold of the casino because the casino was on a riverboat and the pavilion was on land. Now it's all on land. But sure enough, the casino was contacted and I was given permission to sit down and have a cocktail with Tony and his friends. And they would have wanted me to stay there all night and party, but I couldn't. So yeah, you do meet celebrities. I mean, if you consider Tony Stewart and George Jones and Toby Keith and Michael Jordan, and I still can't think the guy that used to play basketball, but now he's a sportscaster. Uh, oh fuck, what is his name? He's kind of a punk. I don't know, but I'll never forget when I saw. And see, I was raised with 5 brothers, so I know a lot about sports. But I'll never forget, I see this man walking through the slot area, and he's at least 3 foot taller than all of the slots. Now, keep in mind, these slots are over 6 foot tall. No, not Jason Kidd. Starts with the B. Um, I don't know. I'll think of it. But see this man with really like bright blonde hair. I thought he was on stilts. I thought the man was walking around the casino on stilts. Well, as it turned out, it was Uwe Blob. Now you're all going to ask, who's Uwe Blob? Nope, wasn't Larry Bird, but I knew Larry Bird. Uh, I worked in French Lick Casino where Larry was born and raised, and Larry used to come in there. He actually gave me a piece of the flooring out of the high school there in French Lick. Nope, not Magic Johnson. Keep it up. But Uwe was a foreign exchange to come over here and play basketball in this country. Oh God, it's gonna kill me not remembering this dude's name. He's on every freaking weekend sports broadcasting. How come we don't know him? Not Bill Walton. Who the hell's Bill Walton? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Come on, he's got a shiny bald head now. Maybe he's always had a shiny bald head. I don't know. He played pro. He was really famous in the pros. Um, one of y'all gonna say his name. I know you was gonna ask who the hell is Uwe Blob, and I made up this little. I was flooring in the high limit pit in French Lick. No, it wasn't Terry Bradshaw. I love Terry Bradshaw though. I wish it was. No, it's a black dude. It's uh fuck. I don't know. But let me tell you who cusses like a sailor. Mrs. Brady. My roommate was dealing to, well, she wasn't my room. He wasn't my roommate at that point. Yeah, Terry Bradshaw is the bomb. Charles Barkley. Thank you. Thank you. He wrote a bad check. He was so loaded. I don't know if he wrote it off of a bad bank account or something, but they had to literally, his friends that he was there with was like Fuzzy Zeller, the golfer, some other guys. Uh, they literally had to like drag him out of the casino before he ended up in the local jail. God love him. He had a good time though. But yes, Mrs. Brady. That woman cusses like a sailor. She is nothing like she was. My like I said, the guy and the woman, they were a married couple. I ended up being roommates with them when we went to West Virginia to open that casino. But at French Lick, here comes in Mrs. Brady. What's her name? Florence Henderson. And my buddy's dealing to her, and I'm his floor. I'm the floor supervisor. He's dealing. And That woman cusses like a damn sailor. I was shocked. I was like, oh, Mrs. Brady just said cock. Barkley played for the Suns back in the 90s. I was confused about what letter the name started with. And didn't I say B? But I was so shocked to hear Mrs. Brady use the word COCK sucker. I was like, oh my God. I hope you didn't talk that way in front of the girls or the boys. How's Cindy? But she's pretty cool too. Somebody else that cusses like a sailor is and she ended up losing her restaurant that was in our pavilion because remember when all the racial shit went down where she allegedly used a racial slur back in 30, 40 years ago. I know, Sunnyside, it shocked me. To me, it was almost like hearing the Pope say it. I mean, this is Mrs. freaking Brady, but she's cool. I mean, yeah, it would be like hearing June Cleaver say it. It was very shocking, but you can't show your shock. They're people, they're human beings. They're not actors sitting at those tables. They're who they are. Who's the Southern woman that likes all the butter? They got wrapped up in the whole racial thing. The cook, she's a cook. Butter makes everything better. That woman. No, not Dennis Rodman, snowflakes. We already moved on. We're on to uh, the cooking woman. Paula Deen. Yes, Paula Deen. She had it's now Gordon Ramsay's, but in the pavilion, there's a steakhouse. And, well, Paula Deen didn't have her own steakhouse. She had her own buffet, but she lost it when that big story came out about the racial shit. But she's another one that cusses like, whoa. I know, Sunnyside, because my memory is shot and I can't remember none of these people. Yes, Paula Deen. And like I said, the buffet in the pavilion was Paula Deen's buffet. I mean, that's whose name and face was attached to it. And the casino took it away when all that racial shit came out. My mom made her butter cake. She loved her some butter. Oh, Paula Deen loves her some butter. But now the steakhouse is now not the buffet. I don't know who the buffet is named after. I haven't been down there in so long. But the steakhouse is now Gordon Ramsay's. And they make the best bacon, lettuce, and tomato salad. Let me just say. They put this salad in a shaker like you would mix a drink in. And it's lettuce, bacon, tomato, cheese, croutons, and then the dressing, the ranch dressing. And they shake that summer gun up in a shaker, and it is like a da bomb diggity. Yeah, it's a good salad. It's already all pre-mixed and everything for you. Your dressing, which I don't normally like when people put dressing on my salad. Like when you go to, I think it's not Red Lobster, is it? Where they bring your salad out already made. Yeah, who doesn't like bacon other than Samara? But I mean, come on, Gordon Ramsay. He's not going to employ some, you know how he misbehaves when you serve an undercooked potato. He's not going to employ some goofballs. But thank you, Robabit, Rokabit, Rokabit. Eat that with a bloody spicy bloody spicy, a spicy Bloody Mary. Man, you should go into a bar in Florida and order a Bloody Mary. That son of a bitch comes with a chicken leg, a piece of shrimp, a whole meal on a skewer. I mean, a Bloody Mary in Florida is a freaking meal. It comes with fruit, literally a chicken leg, shrimp. I'm not big on Bloody Marys, but the one time I ordered one and that some bitch came with my meal in a cup on a stick, which don't get me wrong, the food on the stick was very good. Better than the Bloody Mary, actually. I'm just not a big Bloody Mary fan. I don't like tomato juice. So it takes a lot for me to chuck one down. It has to be a very good one and a very spicy one. But yeah, go sit in a bar in Florida and order a Bloody Mary and see what you get. I was shocked when they set that thing down in front of me. It's like, damn, I didn't know I was having dinner. It was breakfast time. It probably had a freaking egg on it. I don't even remember. Yeah, go to a bar in Florida and order a Bloody Mary and look at all the food they stack on that stick. Yeah, major heartburn. Yeah. See, I just don't like tomato juice. Um, I'm not a red sauce kind of fan. Like when I make a homemade pizza or I order pizza, I go light on the sauce. I love marinara sauce to dip my cheese sticks in or something, but I'm just not a big red sauce kind of fan. I drink one without the alcohol and make it spicy. Well, that's the only way I can get one down is if it's spicy. Because if it's just bleh, then to me it ain't nothing but a glass of tomato juice, and I can make that my damn self. Crown and seven with a twist of lime. Hmm. I don't usually drink hard alcohol. I'm a beer drinker. Now I did try those seltzers. What are they? White Claws. I did try one of those out on the boat a couple weeks ago just to try something different, and it was okay. But I don't normally drink on the boat that much because I hate drinking in the sun. It's like those insane shakes that come stacked. Yes, with three donuts, ice cream. Yes, it's exactly like that, Bailey. But I am going to get off here. I want to get some house cleaning done, and hopefully the ones in the family that are feeling poorly are feeling better, so we can get out on the boat. And hopefully my belly eases up. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm fine. Um, yeah, they are really popular, but I'm fine. Natasha can do that every night for the rest of her life, and she's not hurting me, and she's not hurting my son. But if you see a different side of me, guys, show me a little mercy, because I can only be pushed so far. I'm not a victim, but a person can only be pushed so far. So, guys, enjoy your holiday weekend. I hope you have lovely weather. If you need rain, I hope you get it. If you don't, I hope you have sunshine. Um, I will see you guys around the freaking tubes. Bye, guys.